If you work an office job and you recently gained a lot of weight since starting, or you're at a job right now and you can't seem to stop eating, or any issue related to your work and any type of fitness goal, my name's Luke. I really don't want to have to film this again, but this is the checklist I used to get the 6.5% body fat on a Dexa scan while working full time. And what full time meant for me was 40 hours plus a commute. So you can see my physique. You might say, oh, it's technically not 6.5%. I got the scan. Just so you know, I'm not lying about any of this. I'm not trying to be some type of fitness coach who lies about working corporate. My job looked like this almost every other day. By the way, why should you listen to me? I lost 60 pounds. I am a NASM certified personal trainer while working full time, and I helped other people getting leaner as well. While I started my job in April, pretty lean, I lost around 15 to 18 pounds. And while some of it could have been water weight, my waist went down around 2.8 inches. What I tracked was my daily weigh-ins most days, my weekly averages, my waist measurements, my progress pictures, my gym performance, so the strength I had and the weight I was lifting, and then my calories most days. There would definitely be days where I would go over. I would try to not mentally associate with those days, and I would study what I did on the days where I stuck to my calories and what I did on the days where I didn't. Tracking can give you motivation. For me, it gives me motivation, and it can be easier to believe in progress if there's mathematical proof. So just so you know, this works for other people as well. You can go to my Instagram highlights. You can check your wins and see the exact text messages as well. I got Shamir lean for a Europe trip. Alejandro, who does work, he went from the 200s to 170s. By the way, this is their work. I helped out, but this is their work. And then Krish went from roughly 22% body fat to 18% on the Dexa. And then from 18%, he started seeing visible abs. And these guys, their progress, absolutely unreal. I'm not just saying that. This is just proof of concept that I not only got myself lean, but I've helped other people get lean as well. 6.5% on a Dexa scan and any type of body fat scan does not magically mean I could step on a body fat stage. You could see there's like still some fluff, but I got the number, and objectively I've come a long way. This is the checklist exactly. I'm gonna explain everything because you've seen this list before. You've seen a type of like, oh, follow these before. While I think fat loss is a lot more spiritual, while I think fitness is a lot more spiritual, these are the objective things I do every single day to make sure that I hit 6.5%. It's basic advice, but I walk 10K steps minimum every day. I lift at least every other day with intention. I drink 2 to 3 liters of water. I sleep 7+ hours when possible. And then I delay my first meal, or I'm gonna space out my meals. And then I keep my meals simple and repeatable. The goal is to just make staying lean, and you build the habits over time, because people can get lean, people can get to their desired weight goal, but who actually stays there? We all have family members, we all have people that we work with, we all have friends that have gone into XYZ body fat and they never stay there. Walk 10K steps minimum every day. I know you hear this, but if you raise your baseline activity every single day, it makes overeating do significantly less damage when you do overeat. You know, like, it's not about getting to the body fat, it's about building the habits. Let's say you walk 100 extra calories every single day over a year, that's 10 pounds. If 1 pound is 3,500 calories of fat. You can see here that I started in around April, an average of 14,000 steps. And because I did this working, the way that I did this was I woke up every morning and I did an hour of incline treadmill. And then some days where I didn't necessarily like hit my step goal, I would come home and walk for around 2 miles. Even though calories are the most important thing for getting lean, walking can help you stay away from food. It can keep you more motivated. It can make you look more deep bloated because of lymph drainage and just better overall health. It helps you with nutrient partitioning and digestion. So when you do eat, I don't have a chart on this, you can look it up. It's something called GLUT4, etc. But the carbs that you do eat go to muscle glycogen instead of just being used for body fat. That's bro science, but look it up. Lift at least every other day with intention. You can see the chart on the right is the 30-day. This was in June, and it's the sets, the total amount of sets I did. You can see that I didn't do that many sets per a muscle group. I trained a lot of upper back, and there were only 39 sets. That means around 10 sets in a week. Upper back, abs, mid delts, lats were my favorites, but you can see which muscle groups I prioritized. And the goal is not just losing scale weight, it's gonna be keeping muscle. And I really like just losing weight. I really like just looking at the scale go down and down and down. I like fitting into clothes better, but even if you just want to be skinny, you need to be lifting hard because it's gonna prevent muscle from being burned instead of fat. Every other day is enough structure. If you go more, you're maybe gonna be forcing junk volume. And what junk volume is just lifting that doesn't necessarily contribute to hypertrophy or actually progressing in the gym or keeping muscle. You could run a marathon, your legs can be really sore, but marathoners don't have massive quads. Even if you just want to be skinny, even if you just want to have a twink or, you know, like a really slim figure, making sure that you keep the stimuli that you started with, keeping your lifts strength the same, is going to help you not get the flab. Just trust me on this. Even at work, Drink 2 to 3 liters of water. Caffeine and diet drinks can help, but please also hydrate. Diet drinks especially, please. Hydration is such an easy box to check, and it's not necessarily about being hydrated, but when you go to work and you bring like a gallon jug of water and you get halfway and you get more down, you can visually see the progress that you're making, and it's a physical indicator that you're actually doing something. First of all, we know that like low water intake is gonna make you hungrier, your digestion is gonna be worse, you're gonna be more bloated. Just physically seeing that you stuck to a habit, it can make the other actions in losing weight so much easier, and it helped me especially. Sleep 7+ hours when possible. Especially when getting lean, you're gonna be low on carbohydrates, so getting a full night of sleep is going to be a lot harder. And when you're having caffeine, less meals, it can be harder to sleep. But that's what I like about having a job, because it makes it less tempting to go out with friends, go out. Recovery matters. Like, even though the calories are the most important part, recovery matters. Please delay your first meal. Or if you can't stick to that consistently and it makes you bingy, try spacing out your meals. My rule is that I will use meal timing as a tool to build consistency and to make me be like, oh, I stuck to my meal times. It can help me focus on habits, because some days I would be like, oh, I can't eat till 3 p.m. And then 3 p.m. comes and I eat like 3,000 calories. Or I wouldn't eat till like after work. That was the plan. And then, oh, look, we have donuts. There's chocolate. Oh, look, we brought catering. And then I'd go crazy because it'd be like, I didn't eat for the day. Delaying your first meal makes me significantly more motivated to get my cardio in early. I don't know why. I think fasted cardio burns more fat, and I'll also take it with caffeine and yoga beans, so there's some data to support it. Keep your meals simple. I don't eat takeout. I don't eat Panda Express. I don't eat Chipotle. I would rather eat a protein bar or a processed snack that has the calories on it rather than eating work catering. Work catering will have oils on it. Work catering may make you hungrier. Boring is gonna beat random when getting lean. Random is okay for maintenance. Random is okay for living life. But when you have less decisions to make about your meals, and when you've stuck to the same meals over and over and over again, when you're building the habits of eating what you know you're supposed to eat, it becomes easier to say no to foods that are not what you're supposed to eat. And it sounds like an eating disorder. It sounds a little bit weird. It makes tracking so much easier. It makes sticking to your calories so much easier. I think identity is more important than controlling external environments. If you think that the world is out to get you and the world is out to make you fat, you're gonna find every physical situation to reaffirm the belief that everything is trying to make you fat. At a previous job, they had my favorite type of protein bar. We had a DoorDash credit. My office, I shit you not, my office looked over my favorite restaurant. If you repeatedly lose control around food, don't keep it at home, regardless of identity, or practice with one food at a time. But also, don't identify with somebody who needs to keep junk food out of the house. If you do immediately get home and you just want to eat everything because of the stress of the day, overall negative emotions, just take melatonin. This might not be health advice. Take melatonin, just because if you knock out, you can't eat. This is the food system that I use. Basically, everything else on this video is just gonna be extras that have helped me significantly with getting leaner over the past 4 years that I've lost 60 pounds. Eat mostly at home. Build all of your meals around lean protein. If your meals are primarily fat, fat just pretty much gets digested into fat. I don't care if it's a healthy fat. If it's a fast digesting carb, go straight to your training. But if you're not training, it's probably gonna just turn to fat. And that might be bro science, but if you build your meals primarily around protein, it's going to be a lot harder to feel unsatiated, right? Protein is a very satiating macronutrient. Use planned meal timing. Avoid keeping trigger foods in your house. Don't eat straight from bags or containers. This one I put on there just because it's like, it's a rule online. Take with it what you will. The most important part is finding what works for you, and make your meals easy to repeat during work. You do not need endless protein recipes. Oftentimes they're just gonna make you hungrier and make you want to crave more different types of foods. You need meals you can actually repeat, and you need to build the confidence that you can stick to your meal plan. Okay, this is my workout split. Usually it's gonna be some variation of push-pull legs, upper lower. This is the split I'm on currently with my bodybuilding coach. The split doesn't really matter. The best split is gonna be the one that you can see improvements with. I would train in the mornings. I never train after work. If I train after work, the gym is incredibly crowded. I can't take caffeine. Did I mention the gym was crowded? Always train in the morning. But if you're trying to get lean, keep your pre-workout meal not that heavy. I don't care what the internet says about carb timing. I don't care what you've tried in the past. If you are at a higher body fat percentage than I am, keep the pre-workout meal small. Training with intention and actually getting the most out of your split means going into each set, pushing your personal 4 to 12 rep max, using the targeted muscle as the limiting factor. So this means if you're doing a bicep curl, don't swing it. Make sure that your bicep is actually doing the work. Intention matters more than programming. Intention matters more than split design. Make sure that when you get to your final reps, that it's slowing down and the intention is, progressing harder than last time. I love training primarily back, abs, shoulders, and forearms. That's how I built my physique. And then I will have fun on compound lifts. Compound lifts are fun. You know, I also made it impossible for overeating to regress my progress. This is just about making fat gain significantly harder so I can focus on my life. This is, once again, simple meals. I don't order takeout because it's inconsistent. I can't track it. You know, even at a place like Panera Bread, I worked at Panera Bread. While the standard operating procedure is a bit more consistent, you know, they have more measuring tools at Panera. When I was a sandwich maker, I would pour so much sauce on there because I thought it looked cool. You want to make sure that your step count is quite high because increasing your total daily energy expenditure is the easiest way to make the food you overeat do significantly less. 500 calories is 1/4 of 2,000 calories. But if you're now burning 2,500 calories instead of 2,000, it's now 1/5. I hope that's making sense because over an entire year, it makes fat gain significantly less hard. There was I don't have the picture of it right now, but an American study where the way that people gain a pound gradually. I don't know if it's 5 pounds over a year or like 1 pound over a year, and then it just compounds, and they never lose the weight. I hope that's making sense. Just increase your energy expenditure. You want to make sure you're lifting consistently, not only to keep your muscle, but the nutrients are going to go to your training. The nutrients are going to go to your muscle glycogen, making you look better, and you just overall have a better body composition. Control your environment. Be the type of person that is going to get lean. Say no and stick to your planned meals. Practice your habits. The habits, the identity, habits, identity. And quick resets, you know, like focus on eating at maintenance. An entire month at maintenance is so much better than an entire month where you lose 10 pounds and then the next month where you gain 20. Because not only did you learn to eat at maintenance, but you didn't mentally damage your confidence that you can actually diet. The next one, this is my favorite thing. I do my Stairmaster every day. But before I do my Stairmaster every day, I do 45 to 60 minutes of incline treadmill, 3 speed, 9 incline, 50 to 60 minute walk every day. This was every day. And the reason why I did this every day is when I felt bloated or mentally off, or I had a cheat meal the night before and I felt like, fuck, I ruined my progress. Loud music. Because loud music, you don't have to think, you can just play it on repeat. You can imagine scenarios where you're hot, and you know, when you're emotionally connected to a visualization, it makes a visualization tap into the frequency. Do not do work or read when you're doing zone 2 cardio. That is the easiest way to make it feel like a chore. I will take an energy drink basically like everything I do. Dopamine paired with a difficult task can make effort feel extra rewarding, and it can also make it into a habit. Pair your morning coffee with morning cardio. Lots of water to make sure you deep blow and you can actually stick to your cardio. This is really important. This is very underrated. When you go to a gym, when you go anywhere where you have to do a difficult physical task, you want to wear something that makes you feel good. Wear a nice cologne, wear deodorant, shower, because you're going to embody a good vibration. If there's like a cute girl next to you on the treadmill, you're not going to be scared. You're not going to want to get off. You're going to be a little bit more confident in your presentation. And when you're a bit more confident in your presentation, you tap into the frequency of a lean, fit, high achieving individual. And then regardless of if you apply for one-on-one coaching, I do one-on-one coaching of help people get lean, stay lean. Please follow my Instagram so I can make more content and I can learn how to help other people with my experiences. I'm Luke Chris. I'm an awesome certified personal trainer. I've lost 60 pounds and I work full time. You watched the whole video. Thank you.